So I guess I'll have you call back if you hear it again or see anything differently, sir.
Okay, sir.
Our targeted investigators obtaining tapes of the initial 911 call after a man was pinned under a car. That initial call did not lead to help being sent in a case that ended with the man's death.
Sean Pensinger died 10 days ago. 24-Hour News 8's Jessica Leffler reporting the 911 concerns that night and now joins us with the latest in this case. Jess?
Brian, Susie, this incident happened over a week and a half ago. But to get the 911 tapes, the Michigan State Police Policy Handbook, we had to file a Freedom of Information Act. That's a FOIA. We did file that FOIA for a deeper look into the calls made that day and whether police policy was followed exactly. The phone call that started it all. A neighbor hears somebody calling for help, picks up his cell phone and dials 911.
I was in my bedroom. I heard somebody screaming. I came outside and I heard somebody hollering for help. I drove my car around the block, but I don't see anything, and now I don't hear anything.
24-Hour News 8 talked to Walter Everin, the neighbor who called on Friday, October 23rd for help. He showed us his cell phone, and the phone was dialed at 12:21 in the afternoon.
You don't see anything at all, though?
No, I didn't see a thing. And now the voice stopped. I don't know if it's anything or not, you know?
So I guess I'll have you call back if you hear it again or see anything differently, sir.
Those cries for help were Sean Pensinger, who was working on his Camaro. The jack slipped, pinning him underneath, and it wasn't until almost 40 minutes later that his fiancée found him underneath that car and called for help.
My husband, I think he's dead. A car fell on top of him. He was working on his car. No response. Please hurry up.
24-Hour News 8 filed a FOIA to obtain MSP's dispatch response policy. It's subjective and up to the dispatcher's discretion what action to take or to choose not to take action. Regardless what the dispatcher decides, and the 13 pages of the policy handbook we obtained, it clearly states to tell the caller exactly what action has been decided, like units are being dispatched or a unit will not be responding, but this call has been recorded. It also clearly says the caller should never be left with the impression that, quote, nothing was done.
So I guess I'll have you call back if you hear it again or see anything differently, sir.
We talked to the Kent County medical examiner, who did not conduct the autopsy, but says in a situation like Sean's, the victim usually has about 3 to 4 minutes before succumbing to those injuries.
The Camaro was there, and when it happened,
Sean Pensinger leaving behind a beautiful family, a wife-to-be, and their son, Alex. But questions still hang heavily in the air, wondering, what if? Sean's family and fiance had a chance to hear those 911 tapes before they were released to the media. If you'd like to hear more, you can go to our website at woodtv.com. We also talked to the director of dispatch at the Rockford Post. That's Tom Valdez. He won't release the name of the dispatcher who handled the call, but says he's a civilian dispatcher who's been with the Post for just over a year. Was hired in August of 2008. An investigation into the conduct and how the situation was handled is going to be investigated by MSP headquarters in East Lansing. Brian?